Emery is a new host mom and she just matched with that au pair. And if you haven't noticed, it's snowing. This is like my first snow ever. And I came here to talk with Emery about her expectations of getting an au pair. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are an au pair, or even for you, Danny, if you're watching this video, this is also for you. Emery is so glad that you're coming to her house, and I really appreciate people if you give a thumbs up on this video. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. So today I'm here with Emery, and Emery just matched with an au pair who will arrive soon and will take care of her daughter, who is almost 2 years old, and a new baby that is who is coming soon. So Emery, may you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Emery. I live here in beautiful Baltimore, although some people may argue otherwise. I have been here in Baltimore for a few years and we really like living here. I'm returning back to work and looking for some help for my child.
So Emery, when we think about childcare in the USA, even though the Americans have different options and many au pairs all over the world, why do you think many people still don't seem to know this childcare exchange program?
I think that there are probably a few reasons. This could be my own personal bias, but when I think of au pairs, I tend to think of people who have au pairs are wealthy, and it's a very elite sort of thing to have. A live-in nanny, I mean, that's pretty rare. So I think that number one, there's a certain social class of people that may have a knowledge of that because they've had access and maybe some experience with au pairs. And for people who maybe have heard of it, automatically assume that because it's typically something that wealthy people use, that it's got to be cost prohibitive. So I think that people may automatically rule it out as an option because of that. In addition, there are a couple of other things that are required. That is being willing to invite somebody to come live in your home for a year, which is a big commitment, especially, you know, if you've been used to just having your own little family for a while. It can feel a little bit overwhelming to go back to a lifestyle that involves a roommate. So, you know, being open to that idea, and then also being able to have the space to host somebody for that period of time.
Very good. And how did you find out about the program?
From some neighbors that told me that they were thinking about getting an au pair, and then it kind of, you know, made me think like, that's something that maybe we should consider because, you know, for my husband and I, we really value being able to have an open mind, an open heart, and be curious about the world and about people. And we want Etienne, our daughter, to have the same sort of curiosities. We think that that's a really important value, and to be exposed to a lot of different ways of thinking, being in the world, culture and language. So, you know, it was something, an au pair was one thing we were considering, in addition to language immersion programs, but ultimately we chose the au pair.
What do you think it's the most difficult thing when you're trying to match with an au pair?
I think it's a variety of different things. There's the personality element because, as I mentioned earlier, a year is a long time to live with somebody that's a stranger. And you want to know that you'll get along reasonably well. So the personality is key, and thinking about their personality and how it could also match with my child's personality. Do I think that they would get along well? Do I think that their energy level is similar? And I think too, there's a piece around why do you want to become an au pair? What's motivating you to do this? And I have my own criteria that I was looking for somebody who wanted to become an au pair, and that's very specific to me. Yeah, but those are the things that I considered. Okay, and if you were an au pair, where would you like to go? If you were far from home, what would you miss? I would miss Etienne terribly, hands down. And then after that, my husband and my dog, somewhere, they'd be tied for who I would miss. Oh God, that's recorded. It's recorded. We cannot take it back. Where would I want to go? Yeah. Probably someplace warm, but that's because it's cold and snowy out. Yes. But not too warm. Maybe Italy. Italy? Italy. Okay. Because I'd be able to eat tons of pasta and get fat and be nice and warm along the coast. Just to end our video, would you like to send your au pair or all the other au pairs a final message? Be yourself when you're interviewing. And remember that the match is just as much about you finding the right family as it is for the family finding the right au pair. And so if it doesn't feel like you make a connection, then that's not the family for you. If there's any doubt in your mind, that's not the family for you. Okay, thank you.